froze up. I guess there's like my psychology.
Yeah,
What time you got in, bro?
pretty much in the morning, right when this 4-hour candlestick actually closed.
Oh, me too. I enter at 8:30 when the 4-hour candle reject that level, reject the 1834.
All right, so can you guys see my screen? I don't know why it's telling me. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can see it.
Yeah, move your mouse.
I'm moving my mouse.
Oh no, it's frozen. Yeah, the ticker isn't ticking on the chart.
Run now.
Yeah, now yeah.
All right, so I want to recap pretty much what we spoke about during on Sunday's webinar to what's been going on recently in the markets, right? So literally almost everything I've spoken about has played out so perfectly to the T, right? So let's start with gold. So what we've been talking about on gold is now that price has actually broken under 1833, which is our daily level of resistance, right? What we were looking for to continue to go short was a pullback to 1833, looking for that rejection and then looking for price to continue with this overall bearish trend. So when it came down to me actually looking to take this position, the first thing that I needed to wait for obviously is a pullback. So I didn't take any position at all other than once price actually pulled back to that 1833 level where we have our previous area of market structure, right? Once this candlestick closed with a rejection, I took a very aggressive entry. Pretty much right when the candlestick actually closed is where I went short with my stop loss somewhere up in this range above this high here, because if price were to break that high, I'd most likely continue to go up and I'd want to get out. And if anything, I'd get back in later on. And then my target is down here at this area of support. It's not at the low, but it is at this area of support here, which price retested twice before continuing to go up. So looking at a trade that could potentially hit 5 times my risk. So this trade you should have been able to catch fairly easily, because exactly what we talked about on Sunday's webinar is exactly what happened, where gold pulled back up into 1833, gave you that rejection. Then from there, you could have actually looked to actually take that sell position, whether it be the break of the 4-hour lows or just taking a trade just based off of this rejection here as well. So now moving on to GJ. Oh, by the way, just quick recap, like if you're going to be looking to sell gold at this point in time, you really just have to wait for a pullback. Where could you maybe see a pullback to? It would probably be anywhere within this range where there is a previous level of support. So if you're not already short on gold, maybe you could look for a pullback into this 1820 range where there is previous support and there is previous resistance throughout this range here. So you can look for a pullback into there to look to go short. But my target right now on gold for continuation of the short is 1800 flat. So now when it comes to GJ, one thing that we had spoken about was now that GJ had actually broken or closed back above 158 support, what I'd look for is a pullback into basically 158 support again, where we could look to actually take that buy position. If you break it down to the hour time frame, we have the pullback into that 157, 158 support range. There is a double bottom with price here, right? And then you had the close above this resistance area. So you could have taken a long position after you would have seen 2 rejections of this area where you have previous hour resistance, right? And you could have looked at taking a position from this point here to pretty much 160, where our previous level of support actually is. And you could have potentially held past that. So GJ played out very perfectly as well. After that point, target got hit fairly quickly. And then what we had discussed with the S&P 500 is basically the same exact thing, right? If we're going to be looking for sells, then we pretty much wait for a price to actually reject this area here, which it never really came up to the area to actually look for rejection. I'm not too sure if anybody went short here, but I didn't take a position on the S&P, although it did play out fairly clean as well. But what we had discussed on Sunday's webinar, where if we were going to look to buy the S&P 500, we would need to see that break back above these highs, back above resistance, wait for price to pull back into previous resistance, look for price to form support, and then you could have taken a long position from here and possibly had your targets up here, so you would still be holding the trade. So either way, you could have been able to take this position very clean. It wasn't too hard of a setup. Again, none of these setups were too difficult. Here's your previous level of resistance. Price broke above the highs, came back down. Right once this hour candlestick closed with that rejection, you probably could have gone down to a 30-minute, 15-minute. You could have seen this bullish engulfing candlestick and taken a buy position from this point here. Right, stops under the lows, so somewhere down here in this area under the SMA as well. And then you could have had a long-term target of up here, which is our next area of resistance on the daily time frame, which is previous support. So that is pretty much the breakdown from Sunday. What I'm going to be looking for again on the SPX is possibly a pullback. I would, we can look for another pullback back into 40-50 support. That's something that's definitely possible. Even though the 4-hour time frame already tested it once, we can wait for another retest of that area. If now we're already in on a long position, then look for price to go up from there. But as long as price can actually maintain above this area, I would continue to look for buys up to 41.60, let's call it. Right, once price starts to break under this area, then I look for that retest back up to actually look to sell back down to 39.62 support. And then with GJ, I would kind of wait it out because prices close back above this area of resistance here. So I would like to see where GJ is actually trading at during the London session. If price is still kind of consolidating around this range here, then I'd kind of wait for price to actually look to reject this previous area of support where there is previous resistance, and then look to go long until 162,400. So that is the breakdown. Does anybody have any questions? Anything they want me to go over?
Yeah, can you look at US 30 real quick? I know it's probably similar to SPY.
Okay, what about it?
Can you just kind of tell me what you think?
I mean, it's the same concept as everything else. Now that price is trading back above support, if price can maintain itself above support, we'll look for price to travel back up to your nearest level of resistance. You check the daily time frame, you have your pretty much major area of resistance being 33,151. So you could look for price to pull back into support, buy it there, then look for price to go up into 33,151.
Where's that support level you got that you
It's
had?
on the daily.
Yeah, I mean, what level is that? I can't see the numbers.
32,400.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm in a buy already right there.
Yeah.
Raul.
Can you go over gold, please?
Basically what I said on gold is if you're not already short, then I would wait for a pullback into this 1820 range to look to go short down into 1800 flat.
Raul.
Yeah.
In terms of the gold trade, like earlier, so like I missed it mainly because I was waiting for it to come all the way back up to 1852.
It's far.
I figured,
That's like really far.
yeah. I marked it based on like the daily, I guess. I just saw, I guess it had more touches in the moment. But
You gotta look at like not the most touches, but you gotta look at where you have your major rejections. Like this area right here, 1833 should have been super clear because there's a reason why for literally months price kept rejecting 1833, and then when it finally broke above, it shot up to 2000. So that was an indication for me is okay. The first area we're gonna look for is 1833. If price breaks above 1833, then we're gonna go to 1865, which is all the way up here.
Raul, did you enter at a 4-hour time frame at that gold trade?
Yeah, I did. Right, literally maybe like 2 minutes after the 4-hour close. Not even.
Oh, because I entered at 30 minutes at 8:30. It was still a good entry. I feel good because I've been taking the same trade you do.
So enter like right here,
Yeah, I did enter that one.
practically the same entry.
Question for you, Raul.
Yeah.
So, let's say you see, like what you taught us, a bearish engulfing, for example, on that, but a medium probability one because it didn't close
Yeah,
underneath the previous bullish candle, right? Does that mean like is that still a valid trade?
a medium probability. Yeah,
Okay.
the trade is still valid. Anybody else have any other questions?
Are you gonna hold it where? to what level? The gold
Just
trade?
about 1800.
Oh, because I closed at 1817. Yeah, I should have hold it.
I mean,
Can
it's
you go over GU?
bad, but I mean, my target's 1800 because that's the next 4 hour level of support. Like if you look at this 4 hour structure, you have high, you have low, lower high, you have low, then you have
Yeah.
high point here. You also have, I mean, this is your lowest point price reached, but you look at the candlesticks, this is another area of support. Like there's a reason why price failed to break under this 1800 support. At one point in time, price tried to break under that 1800 support, but buyers pushed it back up and price closed above 1800 support. So anything targeting past 1800 would be a little bit more risky, but 1800s are, current 4 hour low. So I'm targeting that 4 hour low since I took this position based off of the 4 hour time frame.
Okay, I understand now. But I still got a 1 to 2. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got a 1 or 2, but
Yeah.
the only thing is like you got to learn how to let your winners run for as long.
No, set and forget, set and forget.
Yeah, to a certain degree,
Yeah.
Let's go, Raul. Can you check Nas 100 for me real quick? I think the daily closed above the resistance or break a structure. Want to know if I could wait for the retest and ride it back up to 12.810.
I mean, what I would look for on NAS is that there's clear resistance here. I look for the pullback back into resistance, wait for resistance to hold the support, and look for it to come up into the next area of resistance, which is 12,811, which is previous daily structure. So I would look for price to keep coming up to here, and then it could possibly go short from there.
Facts, yeah, that's what I had in mind. Thanks.
Yo, Ro, what's up?
You can go.
Oh, thanks, bro. So I just got in. Are you short on gold?
Yeah, I'm short right now.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yes.
So Raul.
Yeah.
What are you looking for on gold right now?
Right now, nothing. I'm just kind of holding my position.
Oh yeah, okay. Best.
Hey, Raul, can you go over GJ, please?
GJ. I mean, the only thing with GJ is that as price 500, I'm going to look for price to continue to move up to 162,400.
Hey, Raul, could you go over GU?
I mean, GU is something where I would just kind of continue to wait because the trend overall is bearish, but I would wait for it to pull back maybe into like, I'd be concerned to actually look to buy because clearly the market structure is changing on the 4 hour time frame. If I were to look to buy though, this would be my buy zone right here, all of this. You can look for a pullback into the buy zone and then look to go long up to the next 4 hour highs, which is this entire area up here.
Yo, Raul, can you go to UJ, please?
Okay.
What are you seeing right now? Because I see a clear break of structure in the daily and in the 4 hour, but I'm not sure if I can take a short right now. I don't see it.
Daily hasn't broken structure. Right? Double top and price pulled back all the way almost back down to this daily support area. But if you look at this area of support and resistance, this is tested, meaning that price rejected this area of previous resistance and previous support. So you could look for price to actually continue to pump up into this 139.967 area as long as it maintains above this area right here. Notice the last 2 previous trading days also, price has been maintaining above it quite nicely. So you could look for it to continue to pump up into 130.967.
Okay, so for you, it hasn't break the daily structure yet,
No.
but the 4 hour, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's no real market structure within this area here because this is all just sideways movement.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's no trending structure.
Yo, Raul, I missed the gold shorts because I was waiting for the H1 close. So how would you avoid that in future?
I mean, it just depends on how aggressive you want to trade. For example, right, once a 4-hour candlestick here closed, I answered pretty much right away because it was the first rejection, first signs of rejection. And I was looking to get as much risk reward ratio possible. I went a little bit riskier on the position, but I lowered my lot size also. So there's multiple ways you could have done it. You could have taken a sell right once price broke under the 4-hour low on the previous 4-hour candlestick, or you could have just gone on a 30-minute or an hour time frame, look for that bearish variation, look for that bearish engulfing candlestick pattern.
Bro, I was in gold sales around, I had 1829 entry and I just closed it mad early after like 50 pips. Bro, it was sick.
Well, you think about scaling in on gold if you pull back a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, bro. I was on tilt, bro. The bank kind of double charged me for my car payment this morning, so I was on tilt. I was pissed off, so I just closed. But then, you know, I got in US 30 buys. I'm like 80 points from my TP, so you know, hopefully we'll see. But no, it's all good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for that AT22. I already got it marked up. Kind of like the zone roll guy. I got a zone similar to that. It's crazy. Wait for the pullback into that area for another possible sell.
Bro, do you think like trade the session you trade takes into effect of how you trade it?
It depends. It just depends on the market conditions, to be honest.
Cause like I've looked at my journal and like I see I catch way better moves in New York than I do in London. So like in that sense, should I transition to like just trading New York?
I probably would if that's the case.
Yeah, cause like I've gone through my journal, I've seen like at the times I take the trade, like everything, it makes sense. Like just London, I catch a lot of fake outs. I notice it's a lot of the fake out. So then I
Yeah.
think I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna try to transition into that, but it's just harder to wake up. I don't know.
It is hard.
Yeah, New York's the best.
Yeah, for sure.
It's easier to stay up at night than to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. Yeah, it's like,
The thing is, let's say you guys stay awake on London session. You guys not gonna catch a move. You guys gonna stay awake for New York then. So
Not early. I caught all of GJ this morning and went to bed.
nice.
Yeah.
Raul, quick question, man. You know when it comes to your like take profit levels, yeah? Do you be basing them on the H4 as well?
Yeah, if the setup I'm looking to take is based off like 4-hour structure, then yeah, I'll base it off the H4 structure as well.
Because yeah, I saw the same gold trade as well, but when it comes to take profit, I was just wondering. For the H4, you're just looking for like the same kind of concepts, like where the most touches are, whatever for your levels.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's not about the most touches to me, but it's about like where I see like the major rejection is.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you look for a slow of momentum on the 4-hour before taking a trade, or does it matter?
Say it again.
Do you look for a slow of momentum on the 4-hour before taking a trade?
Do I look for momentum on the 4-hour before taking a
Slow of momentum on the 4-hour before taking a trade.
slow down of momentum?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at first, before I take any position, I need to be at a level of support or a level of resistance, or I'm not going to take the trade.
Yeah, I know that, but do you look for slow of momentum or doesn't matter?
Yeah, I mean, if price is approaching a level of support or level of resistance and
Yeah.
it's slowing down, it gives me more confidence to take the position because then there's a physical, well, not a physical, but then there's a technical reason as to why I have a higher probability of price going in my favor.
Yes. And one more thing, when do you change your base?
When I see market structure change,
On what time frame?
a 4-hour, the daily.
Okay, thanks, bro.
Yo, Raul,
Yeah,
would you add another position if it goes back in your zone?
probably not.
No. Gotcha.
Yo, Raul, what's the difference between break of structure and change of character?
Say it again.
What's the difference between break of structure and change of character?
Break of structure and change of character.
Yeah, I'm seeing this like choach. People be
That's smart money, bro. That's
okay.
it's different.
It's different.
What is break of
It's
character?
the same thing, different terminology.
Okay, basically.
Smart.
Raul, I got a question. Do you have any tips for like determining when we're like probably too far in a leg to look for another trade?
I mean, the only thing is, it just depends where you are. If you're like halfway through, then you could look for a pullback on a lower time frame, but then you're kind of forcing it at that point. You know what I mean?
So in a situation like that, it's probably just better to, if I'm gonna do something like that, just lower the risk.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like you only want to take big risk. I don't even want to say big risks. You only want to take elevated risks at higher probability areas. Like taking a trade here has a lot higher of a probability of it playing out in your favor than taking a trade, in this zone. So me knowing that, I'm going to lower the risk on this trade versus on this trade. I'm going to put bigger money behind this trade than I am with this trade. Why? Because I have a higher probability of price playing out in my favor with this trade.
All right, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to do the opposite. Same lot size each trade.
Yeah.
And that shit will reverse.
Yeah. Work out well long term.
Nah.
So a question.
Yeah.
Could you please, bro, go over GU?
I already went over GU. Basically, what I said was I would wait for price to pull back into this zone here on a 4-hour time frame. Look for that rejection and then look to go long up into the next 4-hour highs.
All right, thank you, bro.
Raul, for the gold position, when you just spoke about scaling in, how many pips would you risk with the second position, even though you put a lower lot size?
I don't look at a risk in terms of pips. I look at risk in terms of percentage. So I could risk 150 pips. That doesn't matter to me as long as I'm going to gain 3-4 times my risk. I would just adjust to the percentage risk. So I would use a smaller percentage or risk a smaller percentage.
Okay, got it.
So for like that 1820 area, if it pulls back into there for sell, that 1% risk would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's up to you. Everybody has a different risk tolerance level.
Mhm.
I just wouldn't go crazy with the risk.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
What days are you turning on? What days do you turn on the EA for the new files?
I don't even run my own EA. I have the Golden Owl EA team running for me.
Yeah, for that one.
Yeah. So I would try and hit them up, but it's pretty much the same exact thing if you're going to trade on gold.
No, what days do you turn them on?
Days it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then it depends if there's news or not too. But typically that's when they run it for me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday.
And that's for the new files, right?
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You just import new files.
All right.
So anybody else have any other questions?
Yes.
One.
All right, thank you. So, Raul, what do you think about trading in this summer?
I mean, it's just going to be like every other summer that I've traded, momentum. It's going to slow down. So is price. Price can be a little bit more choppier. So you have to just tread carefully.
Okay, thank you.
Yo, Raul, do you have a opinion on like the direction of crypto and where that's going, stuff like that?
Yeah. Oh, damn, I missed. I'm actually looking to start hedging into buy positions here on BTC, starting at right now the $30,000 range, and look to hold it. I'll probably continue to buy if it drops, but once we start getting to like the 20,000 is probably when I'll take an L on it. This is where I'm gonna start looking to buy crypto here right now.
So did you already sell like before it fell off at first?
No, I didn't, because I had some positions in already at like the 20,000, 30,000 range, so I just held those positions. But the positions that I did have at like the 45,000 range, $50,000 range is when I decided to actually cut before, I saw price continuing to drop.
So if it does continue to drop, you're gonna convert your Bitcoin to like stable coin or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll convert it into Tether USDT.
Okay,
But
thanks.
continues to drop, then I'm just gonna keep buying more until it hits a certain price where I stop buying. Then I'll wait for price to eventually come back up, put those positions in profit and start buying again once those positions are in profit.
I got another question. How would you recommend like somebody that doesn't have like a lot of capital, obtain a lot of capital to be able to like invest a good chunk into crypto when it's time? Would you recommend like using credit or anything like that?
Bro, I mean, I don't know, because like, what if you lose it, then you gotta pay that back. Then how would you pay it back? I mean, like,
Yeah.
I see a lot of people talk about a lot of different things online about, only invest money that, that you're not, or that you're willing to lose, et cetera, but, everybody's gonna do it very differently, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of like a tough situation,
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
Hey, Raul.
yeah.
Hey, brother. I got in late, so forgive me on asking this question if it has already been asked. For gold, you waited on that 4-hour rejection candle to close, then you scaled in.
Yeah, then that's when I sold.
Okay, bet. I did the same thing. What time frame did you enter your position on? The minute 30 or the hour?
4 hour.
The 1 hour?
The 4 hour, literally right once that candlestick closed.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, appreciate it, man.
Do you always wait until the 4-hour closes, Raul?
Yeah, because what would have happened is if I would have entered a little bit earlier, where it's just happened to me before, then price could have just kept pumping up and I would have been stopped out.
Okay.
So you always want to wait for the rejection.
Are y'all still on track for the level up funded service? Like it's still a couple days away?
So far, yeah.
So I had a question about that, Ro. So how would it work for people that have accounts with what would be FMS then now?
Are you already funded?
Yeah.
Then you just get transferred over.
Oh, okay. You just get like a whole bunch of new credentials. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I bet.
Oh,
yeah.
Yo, before taking the sale on gold, did you got scared from that daily big rejection?
No.
On gold? No?
You gotta remember, like, what we're doing is we're trading in an area where there's liquidity, and we're assuming that there's going to be selling pressure in the market here. So it doesn't matter what this looks like, doesn't matter what that looks like. It's not about, what you see, what candlesticks you see play out. It's about where those candlesticks are playing out at.
Okay.
Question, Raul. Is there ever a case where you'll see like an incomplete bearish variation pattern? Let's say if you're looking to sell an incomplete bearish variation pattern and you still enter?
I mean, it depends what the hour would look like, because then the hour could look like a medium probability engulfing, and then in that case I would.
Okay. So then you drop down to the hour to see it more clearly.
I'll go up to the hour, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So Raul, with the gold one, so on the 4-hour you saw the rejection, right? And then from there you dropped to like the 1 hour or whatever, half-hour time, and then you saw an engulfing pattern.
Yeah, you could do that. If you want to trade more aggressive, based off the 4-hour rejection.
So, okay, so straight off the rejection, that's when you entered, yeah?
Well, that's when I entered this trade. Does that mean I do it on every trade? No.
No, I just meant for the gold ones.
Because look what would have happened if I would have taken, if I would have waited for that engulfing candlestick pattern. I most likely would have missed out on the position because
Yeah, that's what I was doing before, but I just followed what you're saying, just off the rejection. Like it's a bit more aggressive, but
yeah, I like to trade a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yo, Raul, like how we cannot get confused with that, like 1 hour break of structure, for example, in gold.
So let me ask you this, right? If the hour time frame is doing this, right? This is what?
Yeah, bullish structure, or it could be a retracement for the 4 hour.
That's bullish structure, exactly. So if you see this on the hour time frame, right? But then the 4 hour looks like this, what are you still looking to do?
Yeah, to sell. Yes.
That's
The
how
hour's just making the highs of the wick, the
exactly.
4 hours.
Yes.
You don't get confused. Oh shit, the hour time frame broke structure. What does the 4 hour look like? Oh, the 4 hour is still bearish. I'm gonna wait to sell.
Okay. Perfect. Sometimes because like the change of the 4 hour structure starts with the 1 hour break of structure. That's when I get confused.
I mean, then when you start getting confused, just go up a time frame.
Okay.
You make it so simple, bro.
Yes.
He really does. He really makes it
Yeah.
sound all so simple. Like
Good at
Experience,
explaining stuff, man. I can't lie.
experience. That's all it is.
I think it is, especially as you gain more experience in the markets, things start to become less overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm starting to get close to that level too because I've been waiting on that goal so all week.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to just pull back into the area. I have a question. When you're doing your challenge, when you're in phase 2, you personally, do you scale down your lot sizes or do you go more aggressive?
I trade the same.
Okay.
is it me or like GJ is like moody, if that makes sense?
Not GJ clean to me.
Yeah, it's just a lot of volume and volatility right now.
Okay, because I literally dropped like I seen $50. I went from like $50 to like $400 in profit and then dropped back down to like $3 in profit. Like it's a lot.
Don't watch the money. What they
Most of-
charge.
Maybe
Put on
that's
a
the
lot size
problem.
too. You got a big lot size. That's can happen easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I passed the first phase this morning with GJ doing what it did.
Me too. I passed my challenge with GJ, but it's just like when it moves, it moves. But when it doesn't want to do the move, it's like it's not ready.
Because this morning, when once it broke above 161, I was hesitant to enter because I'm like, break above, and I was gonna wait on the retest. But then I looked and saw momentum was just keep pushing, and then I'm like, fuck it, it broke. I'm gonna go with the. I'm not a breakout trader. I'm a wait for the break and retest. But then this morning, I'm just like, it just looks like it's gonna break. So that's what I did this morning, and I caught it.
Good stuff.
No, you did good. You passed the phase 1, so
Yeah.
just one trade at a time.
Yeah, just one trade
Yes,
at a time.
congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks.
Raul. So what's your advice for me, bro? I blew up my account.
Do you know why you blew up your account?
I don't know, bro.
Well, that's a problem. You should know why you blew your account. How many trades did you blow your account in?
I actually lasted in the market like for a month, I think.
How long?
A month.
A month? And what type of risk were you using?
Again?
What type of risk were you using? Because if you were risking 1% per position, it would take you 100 trades to blow your account.
I was actually like taking 3 to 4% a trade.
Well, then
risk.
I definitely recommend downscaling your percentage risk because it wasn't enough time for you. Because now that you're out of the game, you're gonna have to replenish your trading account, and you can't learn from your mistakes. That's the biggest thing. You need to stay in the game long enough to learn from your mistakes to be able to use those 3-4% risks and understand when to use them and when not to use them.
Right, and also I have noticed like whenever like the market is about like to hit my stop loss, I always like enter another position, and I find myself like losing more. You know.
Yeah.
This.
Nah, you sound you good. You sound like you over trading a little bit, but it's all good. I mean, just probably try to do a funded challenge so you can kind of like that 2,000 could have been spread out over a few different challenges. Those challenges will teach you discipline. And then you can, I did the same,
Right.
I used to do the same thing. So, I mean, that's what I did. I just started doing challenges.
You can
Kinda
start
like-
instead you start a $2,000 account, start with $500.
Yeah, or you can just get like a 50K account or a 100K account, and then like, you know, get your skills right. Because once you pass that challenge and get that funded, you know, you get that first payout. The challenge is gonna make you a better trader. So then your confidence will be there and everything. The challenge is gonna teach you not to take every trade. I mean, it's crazy how it happens, but that's what happened to me, bro. I be patient as hell, waiting. Patience is the hardest part, but you know, you'll be good, man. Just try to like, you know, don't beat
Honestly,
yourself
bro,
up
like
about it.
I blew up also like 5 or 6 account, 200K, you know, and I bought another account, but I'm not trying to use it right now.
Do
Like,
a 50K. Do a 50K.
I already have an account paid for like the 200K, but I'm
See,
not trying.
have you traded
to
on it?
Again?
Have you traded on it?
Not yet. Not yet. I was qualified
See
for
if you
a
can
repeat.
see if you can like get some of that money back and do a 50K account. If that makes sense.
Right.
Just email them like you just see, because then you know like it'd probably be like, you know, a little easier on your psychology right now. Because you don't want to trade on that 200K, probably like just going through what you went through. Maybe.
Actually,
I mean,
Raul, I
everybody.
feel like the mistakes that I have done are like more than an early entries in a psychological like thing. You know, I always want myself to be in profits, and when I see like drawdowns, I want to add more positions, and I tell myself, hey, the market is gonna go down, and just add more positions, and you're gonna be in profit. You know.
Should probably get consistent on demo
Gotta
first
buy the
before you start
dip.
buying challenges.
Sounds like you're trying to just buy the dips.
Yeah, you're trying to buy the dips. That's dangerous, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
It's
gotta know
dangerous because
what
if you
dip
look
to
at
buy,
it,
though. That's
I mean,
what
if you doing buys and you buying, if you're looking for buys and you buying wise in drawdown, like it might be close to like breaking structure. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, just just kind of like try to think about what you did wrong.
Right.
Don't beat
Thank you,
yourself
guys.
up about it. Whatever you do, just it's all good.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
part of the process.
Hey, bro, you gonna post this before London session?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right, so any last questions before we get off the webinar?
Can you do the webinar every day at 7? It's nice.
So I have a lot going on, so sometimes I'll do it at 7, sometimes it's 9 o'clock. It just depends on my work schedule for the day that day.
Oh, okay.
Yo, so when you think you're gonna do another meetup, man?
I don't know, maybe about
Fiending already, huh?
Yo, for real,
Yeah,
that shit was fun, bro. It was fun, man. It was fun to get to like talk to everybody, man.
Oh yeah, that shit was lit.
Next meetup, I'm definitely coming.
Nah, next
Yeah.
have like catering and all that other stuff. So
Oh shit.
yeah.
Oh, bro, I forgot to tell you about the boot camp. You said the email got sent. I didn't receive no email yet.
Check your spam.
Okay. I'm like, damn, Raul don't want me in his boot camp.
Just check your spam because these email systems, depending on the client, receiving the email, will either put it in spam or put it somewhere else.
Okay, I'll check it out now.
Yeah.
Yo, Raul, about that. I saw like you put up the schedule, but do you know like what times you're gonna do? Yeah.
We'll probably do like the DTI webinars from 7 to 7:30, then the boot camp will be right after.
Got you.
Yeah, from I don't know, 8 to 9 to 10, whatever the case may be is.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna upload this webinar right now.